definitely over the last few years, I love what I do, particularly in the last, I would say, since I had my operation, the last 2 years, that was a bit of a wake up call in that, you know what, health is wealth, number one. And secondly, you know, you need to do what makes you happy and need to have a lot more fun. And don't waste so much time on people that are just not for you. And I won't be for everyone either. Just spring clean your timelines, spring clean like your in real life stuff. Forgive people though, like move on, heal wounds, like give people chances. Like I'm not saying don't be, but also know your limits and go, do you know what? I've let that person off so many times now. Maybe that person's just not for me, and let them go with love, you know, and just be like, okay. And I think, but I definitely think it all comes back to self-love. If you love yourself, then you are going to have good boundaries. You're going to have self-respect. You're not going to allow people to abuse you, use you, manipulate you, because you're going to see that straight away, or you're going to see it quickly, whether it's a toxic relationship, friendship, work colleague. You're going to say, no, I respect myself too much. I love myself too much for this. Now, it doesn't mean, you know, like I say, you don't have to do it in a hateful way. Of course, we don't want that. But this is boundaries. You have to say, I'm walking away now. This is not for me. Or just don't have that conversation, or just don't, like, protect your energy. I hope this doesn't make me sound really negative. I think I've just learned a lot of lessons. I've been let down by people, like we all have. And it's taken me to almost 40 to be like, okay, this is how I want to live. And I don't want my kids to take until this age to value themselves, to have self-respect, to know what's for them and what isn't. Like, I want them to be empowered now and resilient from now.
Yeah. No, I don't think that sounds negative at all. I think a lot of what you've just said is it really relates and resonates with me in terms of like my own journey as well. And, you know, learning to love yourself, like you said, unleashes everything else, because you learn to set boundaries, you learn to do all of the stuff you just said. And I think what's amazing for us right now is that we're going through this raising of consciousness within ourselves, so that we can now pass it on to the younger generations. Now, you can raise your sons with this message. We can raise younger siblings, younger cousins, family members. We can start to educate the younger generations who will need to be growing up with this stuff, so they don't go through the things that we did, especially in this day and age, because we've been, you know, in the generation where there's been a big transition to like a digital online world. And a lot of the pressures that you spoke about earlier come because we're so overexposed to everything, and we're seeing people be successful, and we're seeing everything around us happening, and we feel like we're not doing anything, we're not fulfilling anything. But actually, if you can just fulfill yourself, that's the only thing that matters.